Hello and welcome to Centro de Desportos e Congressos dos Matosinhos here in Portugal. This is Under 16 Women's European Championship final game where France is taking on Spain. Here we see some results of the rest of today's games, classification games, and we also see in the bronze medal game between Portugal and Croatia, where Croatia grabbed the bronze medal by beating Portugal 72-58. We've seen some thrilling games at this championship, but these two teams are undefeated in this tournament. Let me tell you how they've got here, both teams. France has beaten in a semi-final yesterday. Why the teams are presented. I will tell you how these teams got here. So France beat Portugal 87-36, having such a strong first quarter and fourth quarter. And that quarter they scored 34 points. So could that make them a little bit too relaxed against this Spanish team in today's final game of this Under 16 Women's European Championship? On the other hand, this Spanish team, they have beat Croatia yesterday in semi-final 75-54. Again, they had incredible fourth quarter, 29-9, and that brought them into these finals against France. We already mentioned these two teams are undefeated. They have won their groups, Group D and Group B. And these two teams faced each other already in 1980 at the European Championship for Cadets final round, where France beat Spain 83-81. And you won't believe it, since then they met each other a lot. It will take all day to name it, but what's important is that both teams been here in Under 16 many times. Spain has grabbed 10 titles in Under 16 Women European Championships so far. So if I tell you both teams been here more than 30 times, would it tell you a lot about the quality of the youth basketball at these two nations of Spain and France? We're gonna talk about it a little bit more, but would we see any nerves coming from either of the teams? We will see. But we just got on both teams, and let's take a break for national anthems of both. And first is the team of Spain. And now Team France. And here we are, 3 minutes away from tip-off of these finals. And these are 3 officials in charge of today's action. From Croatia, Jelena Tomic. From Portugal, Sonja Teixeira. From Turkey, Dinem Tetic. Really important personas in this game. Sonja Teixeira from Portugal representing the home nation. We are here in Centro de Desportos e Congressos de Matosinhos in Portugal. This is the starting 5 for Spain. Carrion, Montagnana, Thiam, Albrecht and Cruz. The rest of the roster are ahead of us with Coach Carlos Cantero Morales. Plenty of experiences, this play caller for Spain. Now we're gonna see starting 5 as France, Jangloma, Pitage, Granel, Biamou, Bisacher, and pardon, it's Cleante. The rest of the roster, and Coach Arnaud Goupilot. 2 undefeated teams. Here, Coach Carlos Morales, already mentioned, plenty of experiences. On the other hand, Coach Arnaud Goupilot, who has been a national team coach of French women under 19 in 2021. So both coaches, very experienced. Coach Morales on the French side, he has some experiences from Hungarian league. He's an assistant coach in Sopron Basket. Also from Spain, Casademon Zaragoza, 2021-22. So loads of experiences. It'll be interesting to see what both coaches are going to come out in terms of their tactics. We know France has for depth and let's say deeper depth in bench. So Coach Goupilot has a little bit more to give in terms of minutes. He has spread his players minute-wise quite a lot and quite even at this championship. We know Théa Cleante, point guard of France. He's averaging 13.2 points, 4.2 assists. And we know Angloma averaging 11 points for France. And also Pitage Granel, 12.8 points. And against them is this Spanish team, Martin Carrion, 16.3 points. He's our self-point guard for the Spanish team. And Pham Thiam, averaging 14.2 points for Spain at this championship, center of Spain. We're gonna see these players in loads of cooperation on the court. We know Spanish basketball is known by their speed and aggressivity defensively. France, we know, is such a team where everyone plays their roles and they share the ball well. It'll be really good to see what both teams has to offer us today in this final game of Under-16 Women's European Championship here in Portugal. We are just few seconds away from tip-off. And we can expect young, aggressive, quick basketball. All stats from both teams pretty even. Who's gonna take the momentum? Who's gonna control the rhythm of the game in this final game? We will see. And here we are. Spain in red, France in white. Hello and welcome to Centro de Desportos e Congressos de Matosinhos here in Portugal. This is Under-16 Women's European Championship final game between France and Spain. First possession for Spain. Great defense, even better offense, but Siam couldn't put it in. France leading the break. Share. Dropping it to Yamu. Now we see Ngoma. Now losing the ball. Martin Carrion is leading. Fast break for Spain. No one's guarding and couldn't make the layup. Basket to basket. Who's going to be the team? Who's going to open a score in this final game? Great penetration by Nalan Gloma. And she has drawn a foul. Here, great crossover. And if I'm correct, the personal foul will be called to Carlos Macruz, number 16. And Nalan Gloma is making the first. Also missing the second. Spain on the possession. Yeah, Martin Carrion leading the offense for Spain. Great handoff. And that's good! Martin Carrion, great cooperation with Bantiam, changing the ball. Spain leading 2-1. Great turnaround for Petars Granel, but France stays on the possession. Great penetration by Berklante, but couldn't make the layup. That gives Spain to run the break. Abafiam still can't put it in. Great defense by France. As that exchange, as the entry pass into Avafantiam. And great defense from Sarah Yamu. But possession space with Spain. Oh, low unfocusedness from French defense. Lucky for them that Palmer didn't make the layup. Thiam stole the ball after the rebound, trying to bounce the pass to Jana Martin Carrion. And that will be a turnover for Spain. And they see a Spanish full court defense. Straight away trying to put the pressure on the French offense. Again, great pick and roll action with Terklante, but this time there will be a screen foul by France. So Martin Carrion organizing the offense. Carla Cruz. Back to Carrion on the top. Trying to long three, surprise the French defense. Not this time. And Tosh Granel is trying to go all the way. Couldn't make it. And another fast break by Spanish team. And that's good. Nice pull-up jump shot. And Grandma rejected. Great defensive possession. And there's Carla Osma Cruz. Great pull-up jump shot by the Spanish guard. Pardon, shooting forward. Montagnana on the ball. Giving ball back to Martin Carrion. He's organizing the offense again. Osma Cruz trying to find the space. A little bit unsure on the ball. And there's been great reverse layup by Marta Sina Albright. One for Spain. Great cooperation here between Terklante and Sarah Diamu. Nice easy basketball pick and roll action. So we are in the half of the first. France is trailing by 3. Terklante tried the 3. Couldn't make it. Can the French defense recover? Yes, they can. Osma Cruz is still finding the space and one! What a great penetration by Carlos Osma Cruz. He just looked, no one in there. And she attacked the open lane all the way, and she's gonna be sent as well on the line for 1 free throw. Timeout called by Coach Arnaud Goupilot by France. So let me tell you about the leaders of each team before this game. We already mentioned Samba Terklante at 13.2 points. So coming off this timeout, we know the leaders of each team. So far, Osma Cruz 4 points, 2 rebounds for Spain. And on the other hand, Sarah Kaboom Diamu 2 points, and Angloma 1 point. We are really at the beginning of this game. But we see both teams trying to run the floor. We knew Spanish team's going to be aggressive defensively, as they always are. Osma Cruz didn't take the chance to make a 3-point play. She's playing for ZTE Real Canoa NC in Spain. 180 centimeters tall, small forward for Spain. Your coach of France, Arnaud Depilot, plenty of experiences. There Clemente, trying to find open lace. Great defense from Spain. Little step back, but inept. Arch Granel couldn't make it. Montagnana bringing the ball, finding her teammates. Little handoff and pick and roll. Corner shot off Macruz. Again, the same move, going to reverse layup. And that's a 6th point in this game out of 10. And you gotta ask the question. Whoever's guarding her needs to take the responsibility. And the rest of the players needs to fill the inside space. Martin Carrion again trying to take it herself, couldn't make it. Pitar's Granel finding this a share has been great move. Great footwork on that receiver of the pass. France down by 5 against Spain in this final game of under 16 women's Eurobasket. Montagnana couldn't make 3. Great steer by Reza Cher. And now on Gluma, wide open line. Yes, he's taking it and 1. If you got offered the lane all the way, take it. Look at that. Just looking, if someone's running, no one does. Take it yourself. Great finish by Nelan Gloma on Globe. So great transition offense by both teams, and Thea Clemente checks out. And we see Stella Coulot on the court, checks in for France. Jana Martin Carrion now again leading the break, leading the offense for Spain, but this will be the offensive screen foul by Eva Van Thiam. The player has to stay still. And Thiam checks out. Lucia Rivas Palmer checks in. And also we see Montagnana checks out, taking the breather. Pitar's Granel aggressive to the rim and makes it. That brings France back to the game, 10-10 against Spain in this final game. Such a prestige. Who's gonna grab that gold? These players are so young still, all career ahead of them. And I'm sure both teams want that medal. Look at that. Ines Pitar's Granel all the way. She's been averaging 12.8 points before this game and 5.8 rebounds herself. Lucia Rivas Palmer. She misses both. Gloma again, if no one stops her, she's gonna go all the way. Great defensive possession here from Spain. Can they recover? Gloma attacks close out and draws the foul committed by Lucia Rivas Palmer. It's been great couple possession for this talented French team, where Nelan Gloma took the responsibility, same as Ines Pitar's Granel. And we see Niana Martin Carrion checks out. That was her individual action possessions before. And Clemence Collin checks in, and Ines Pitage-Granel takes the breather. Melongloma misses the first. And she makes the second. Angloma plays for Centre Fédéral BB in French Nation. So France leading 11-10 for the second time in this game, because they opened the game with one free throw. Great play in here by the Spanish team. Lucia Rivas-Palmer easy 2-0-1, backing that front defense. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this first quarter. The lead is switching. France couldn't get a basket. Great rebound from Palmer. Marta Albright bringing the ball, calling for the screen. Nope. Passes the ball. Great backdoor. Unfortunate pass, but kick to three where Montagnana couldn't make it. And Kola, pull-up jump shot. No one available, and she makes it herself. And again, lead goes to France. 13-12. 1 minute and a half to go in this first quarter. Lopez. The ball deflected. This was that pull-up jump shot by Kola. And no one gets offered, take it by yourself, and she did. We see Ines Pitage-Granel back, and Ongluma's taking a well-deserved break. Good pass. And even better, Miriam Traore gives France chance to run the break. And Clemence Colin passes entry pass. Pitage-Granel loses the ball. And Montagnana, great aggressive penetration in that transition offense. Has been fouled. Good steal and aggressive to the rim. And Clemence Colin, first personal foul for France. And this young player. Coach Carlos Cantero Morales has a little chat with the officials. Montagnana missing first. And this is the second. We know free throws could be a key aspect of the games, especially if we're gonna see a close game by the end of this final game. France shooting so far 60% from the line, and Spain still didn't make one. Oh! What a great shot by Marta Albright. Kola kicking the ball to Clemence Colin, taking the three! And it's raining. Clemence Colin makes the three. And that is French side, the lead 16-14 at the end of the first quarter. Here you see it again. At the end of the first, France is leading 16-14 against Spain in the final game of Under-16 Women's European Championship here in Portugal. some numbers while the dance is performing. You see free throws. Spain can't make any, not even from the perimeter. Pretty even other sets. Spain needs to hit some shots, and if they do, it's gonna improve their game massively. Because French defense would have to step a little bit out and guard the players, which could open the space to attack. And this is the player who has had a great first quarter for Spain. Osma Cruz, 6 points and 2 rebounds. You see both teams running the transition offense very well. And both coaches gonna talk about stopping that. Because if you stop transition offense, no teams like to play 40 minutes against stacked defense, 5 against 5. We've seen quite a good start into the game by Spanish side, but France ended up winning this first quarter by 2 points. Don't forget, follow FIBA's Next Generation account on social media. And also use the official hashtag FIBA Under-16 Europe for this great display of the youth talent of all nations. France. It is such a great fan of Traoré. I love Ines Pitar's Pardon Granel. So aggressive to the rim. And she's just waiting what the defensive player is gonna do. Here she is. And not only she plays great for herself, she also opening her teammates. Pitar's Granel, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, but she is definitely a threat to Spanish defense. Traoré couldn't make a free throw, so the score stayed the same. Spanish movement on the court. Beauty to watch. Everyone's getting the touches. Martin Carrion back on the court for the second quarter. Key point guard for the Spanish team. France forced Spain to shot clock violation. And Marta Alcinabre had to take that long shot, still didn't make it on time. So that great possession defensively is rewarded by offensive possession for France. I'm very impressed from the ball movement and the players' movement from both teams. Great hustle by Martin Carrion. Couldn't get the ball this time. But who else in Pitar's Granel got it? And it's 2 points by Clemence Colin. Martin Carrion again. Lit Spanish offense. Quite isolated. Ines Pitar's Granel. No one's coming to grab the rebound. So Spain got it, and again looking to run the break. Another great play by point guard Jana Martin Carrion. Took the responsibility herself. She didn't like no call by the shot. Low hands off in French offense. And that long 3-point shot, but Pitar's Granel couldn't put it in. Rivas Palmer trying to force against the 3 players. Here's that Jana Martin Carrion. Great one left shot of this point guard of Spain. Gonna see some substitution. Farah Piamu in, and this Share in. And we see Ongluma checks out. And now on the line, Lucia Rivas Palmer. We've just seen some individual stats. Can't make the first. She's on 2 points and 3 rebounds herself in this game. She makes the second. Then we see a little bit higher defense by the Spanish team. Coach Carlos Cantero Morales has instructed the players to put that defensive aggressivity up. We know Spanish basketball is so aggressive coming off that great defense. But Clemence Collin couldn't make that layup. And Spain is running the break. Great recovery defensively from France. Stopping it for Spain. Oh, what a deflection by Peter Granel. Easy 2 in the break. And she extends the lead for France by 3 points at almost half of the second quarter. Great switch defensively by France. And this will be a personal foul call on Stella Cola. A little bit too much pressure on Diana Martin Carrion. And the second team foul for France, but this is a great steal by Ines Pitors-Granel. What a great play. 4 points, 2 rebounds by herself. Martin Carrion all the way has drawn the personal foul. And this will be committed by Anouar Rizacher. And sends Martin Carrion on the line. He's making a first. He's playing in Sakla at X1, 21, 172 centimeters. She's been averaging 16.3 points per game, 3.8 assists per game, and she makes both in this occasion. See a lot of substitution from both coaches. And that could mean that they're trying to keep the tempo high. They know every ball matters. Both teams pretty even in every aspect of their game. Who can grab the win and be the champions of under-16 Women European Championship 2022? Marta Alcina Arbery. Great penetration. And hands of Clemence Collin. Officials didn't like them on the body of the player. So France in foul troubles as a team. So Spain will be in bonus. They're gonna stay aggressive to the rim. They could draw more fouls and they will be shooting the free throws. Diana Martin Carrion. A lot of fan ball in her hands. Such a key player for the Spanish team. An extended hand of Carlos Cantero Morales, the coach of Spain. Only 2 seconds. She has to shoot and she draws a foul. What a great play from Diana Martin Carrion. She knew she has to shoot the ball. Every point guard gotta have the vision, and she needs to know what the shot clock time is, and she did. Jana Martin Carrion, 7 points herself. That's her 8 points in this game. And that brings Spain to lead by 1 point against this strong French team. There will be a personal foul committed by Jana Martin Carrion. And not only she is the element offensively, she also is a great defender herself. Well-deserved break for Ines Pitage-Granel on the French side. This was that steal which led her into easy 2 for France earlier in the second quarter. And again, I feel that Spanish defense is stepping up. Great read from Martin Clarion. She knew she had a big mismatch against Traore, but couldn't make it this time. Whoa, what a pass by Colin. A great recovery again defensively by Spanish team. And this will be a miss too. Oh, a little bit too much push from Alcina Alberi. And Maria Gonzalez, no, pardon, Miranda Montañana couldn't catch that pass, so that's been a turnover for Spain. And both teams gonna take a breather in the timeout. Twenty rebounds for Spain, 50 rebounds for France, 5 turnovers for France, and 6 turnovers for Spain. As we see in those mascots cheering the people in the stands, here are some percentage of the shooting. Not really good from the perimeter from either of the teams. That just confirms what I was saying, 4 assists for France, only 2 for Spain. Can France find the peace within them against that pressure defensively from Spain? Here's that great play by Jana Martin Carrion. One leg player. It's like a Navarro move. Who knows the basketball men's Spanish national team? I'm sure if you ask Martin Carrion who's her idol basketball-wise, she would mention Carlos Navarro. That's his move. Great rebound by Montañana. Bringing the ball all the way to the offensive half. So good when she can give the breather to Martin Carrion and bring the ball herself. Great defensive play to be in the passing lane by Biamu. And again, we see Spain is attacking that middle of the paint. What a great play by Rivas Palmer. She was the quickest to orientate in that space. And that gave Spain lead by 3 points in this quarter. No really space in there to play for Traore. Great defensive possession again for Spain. And I must say, I have a feeling that Spain is in complete control of their game. Defensively and offensively. They dictate the tempo. Ooh. And another misunderstanding. A little bit lucky this time for Jana Martin Carrion, because Theo Cleante has deflected that ball into the out of bounds. And that will be a timeout called by Spain. Carlos Cantero Morales needs to speak to his players in this second quarter. We have 3 minutes 33 to go. And I already mentioned it. I think that Spanish team is in complete control, or they want to play offensively and defensively. And again, we know both nations have been doing a tremendous work at the youth level of the basketball. And you see these two nations again being in the finals of under 16 Women European Championship. Let me remind you, Spain has 10 titles so far in this competition. Here we are again, coming off the timeout. Spain has 15 total medals at this competition, 10 golds, 2 silvers, 3 bronze. France has 10 medals, 3 golds, 1 silver and 6 bronze. Who could grab the gold today? Great defensive possession by France. And this will be great 3 by Theo Cleante herself. And it's been a long 2 called by officials. So France still down by 1 point. Great defensive help from the split line. Not easy for Lucia Rivas Palmer in that space. This is that 3 by Theo Cleante. But on the other hand, Miriam Traore wasn't happy to be called that personal foul on Lucia Rivas Palmer. But or maybe, yeah, I would say, oh, what matters is the Spanish possession. Great play and even better rejection. Clemente missed the 2 out of the fast break. And Montagnana is leading the break again. Palmer, handoff to Montagnana. Palmer back. Great defense by Angloma. Marta Alberi has to take the shot. Great defense here by France. And Rivas has committed a personal foul. Look at that. Great defense by Miriam Traore and Angloma. And then Angloma has been fouled by this player, Lucia Rivas Palmer. And you love to see the bodies on the floor, fighting for every possession. And that has been called as an unsportsmanlike foul, so that sends Angloma to the line for 2 free throws, and the possession stays with France. That must have been a foul a little bit out of frustration. by Lucia Rivas-Palmer. And Nina Pedrosa Mons checks out for Spain. Ball entry to French center. Couldn't make it. Martin Carrion again on the ball, leading the offense for Spain. Montañana passes the ball to the side. Back to Montañana, trying to play Ngloma 1-1, but great defense again by Ngloma. 2-on-1, and Ngloma chooses to go herself and makes 2. And that gives France again 3-point lead. At the end of the second quarter, we still have 1 minute 46 remaining. Great play by Nell Ngloma herself. She even have Stella Kula running next to her. She has chosen to take it herself, and good job done. Nell Ngloma, 182 centimeters. Part of Santa Federal BB. She averaged 11 points, 3.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists before this game, this final game. And now she's on 9 points and 1 rebound. And as we see in these dancers performing themselves, let me remind you, this is the final game of Under-16 Women European Championships here in Matosinhos in Portugal. This is a youth event where all the talent displays and performs and showcase. But as well, don't forget to follow FIBA's Next Generation account on social media. And also use the official hashtag of this championship, FIBA Under-16 Europe. Martin Carrion with the ball. Alberic, Montañana. Alberic, Montañana back. Hand off to Carrion. Again looking for the space to attack and drawing the foul. Such a smart player. Great behind the back. Changing the direction. And Stella has committed a personal foul. Diana. Martin Carrion. 100% from the line for her in this game so far. If she's gonna make this one, it's gonna be her 6th free throw. Yes, it is. It remains 100% from the line. It's her 9th point. France up by 1 point at the end of the second quarter. Scramble Hamburg, great filling the entire space by Spanish defense, and it brings them possession and opportunity to run the break. Montañana, Carrion again, Alberic in the corner attacking the closeout. Great defense by France. And that's 3 for Spain. France, we have 40 seconds to go. Cleante couldn't find Sisak. And that's great kick into Ryan Fernandez Montes Ruiz. Great 3, which brings Spain into the lead by 2 points. 34 seconds to go in the second quarter. Great entry pass on Sisek. Couldn't make it. What an effort by Stella Colas to grab the offensive rebound and put it back in. Someone has forgotten to box out. Here's Palmer. Hand off to Montagnana. Hand off to Martin Carrion again. Calling for a screen by Rivas. Great deflection defensively by Colas. And Marion again. Martin Carrion tried to put it in. She had to shoot the ball. This is the end of the second quarter. And at the end of the second quarter, it's 28-28. What a final. What an exciting second half ahead of us. And as we're watching the highlights of the first half, I must say, I feel Spain has it in their hands. But we can't forget the French team. They always recover and they always come back. And we've seen great first quarter by Osma Cruz. Haven't really seen her since. On the other side, Picard Granel. She's been excellent herself for this French team. And we can't forget Nellum Gluma as well, who has been great defensively and offensively from this French side. I must say, I feel that Spain is in the control of the rhythm. But as I say, the depth in the French team and the quality within their roster just shows up, and that's why we didn't see neither of the team leading at the half. And we spoke about it prior to this game, that all statistics, all the play is quite even. And it will be little things what might decide this final game of under 16 Women European Championship. So let's go into the break and we'll see you soon for the second half of this finals game of this competition. Welcome back. This is the halftime of the finals game at this Under 16 Women's European Championship. Here are some numbers of the shooting competition in this game. See, neither of the teams shooting well from the line. Every other aspect is quite even. And at the half, we see in the score 28-28. When an exciting second half ahead of us between these two nations with such history of the young basketball. Both nations been under 16 in under 16 competition more than 30 times. They have qualified. They've played each other head to head since 1980, where they faced each other at the European Championship for Cadets in the final round. The last time they faced each other was 30th of August 2019 at FIBA U16 Women's European Championship. So both nations quite known in this competition. I must also mention that in 2019, Spain beat France 72-57 in that bronze medal game. So are we gonna see a France giving back to Spain in today's finals? We will see. Stay with us. Shortly, we are about to start the second half of this final game of Under 16 Women European Championship. Also, don't forget to give a shout on the social media to FIBA's Next Generation, where you're gonna see all the young talents showcased and mentioned. So you're not gonna miss anything in terms of following your favorite players and their progress throughout their careers. This is only under 16 championship. These players have a lot ahead of them, but this is the beginning of gaining a lot of international experiences for many of them. Spain has been here 32 times at under 16 women's European Championship. France has been here 30 times. So nothing new that these two nations are in the finals. Let me also tell you the road both teams got here. Both teams has won their groups. And France has beaten Portugal in semifinals 87-36. In quarterfinal, they have overplayed Italy 78-48. And in round of 16, they beat Poland 82-39. So quite comfortable wins for this French team. Could that give them the good momentum of confidence? Or could that play in role when the game is gonna get tough by the end? Because it seems like it's gonna be very close game. On the other hand, Spain has got here through the semifinals when they beat Croatia 75-54. In the quarterfinals, they beat Greece 74-50. And in the round of 16, they beat Finland 90-49. So neither of the team has faced last 3 games any tough challenges. Who's gonna be the team who can deal with it better in this finals? Because when the game gets tough, when the game gets close, and you know you play in the finals of the European Championship, that's when it's gonna show the mental toughness of each player. So not predicting anything yet, but it most likely looking like this game will be decided by the end. Because both teams are displaying their talent. They're playing their best basketball. And me personally, I'm really looking forward to see the second half of these finals. Historically, Spain has grabbed 15 medals at this level. France has grabbed 10 medals. So all the questions will be answered in the next 20 minutes of these finals. Hello and welcome to Centro de Desportos e Congressos de Matosinhos here in Portugal. This is the final game of Under-16 Women European Championship between France and Spain. France has started the second half by a travel violation. Ines Pitor's Granel excellent in the first half. She is the one who has committed it. Wide open left, Carlos Macruz. Little misunderstanding in here from the French defense. No one guarded her in the middle of the paint. Easy job for Og Macruz, who's been great the first quarter. Great defense from Spain. Again, the aggressivity level is high. Pitor's Granel missed the shot. Great hustle under the rim, but Spain stays on the offensive possession. Martin Carrion. Back to her on the top of the key. Found wide open Montagnano and 3! Minambet Damiak Montagnana. Spain's leading 33-28 at the beginning of the third. It's always important, the beginning of the third quarter in a basketball game. Players coming off the changing room, full of instructions, but also full of rest. And who can have the better concentration back on the court? And to me, this beginning of the third seems like Spain is way more ready. But it's too early to say. So let's see, great ball movement by this Spanish offense. And Carlos Macruz again is the one who finishes this great action. We see now the zone defense from Spain, trying to put French offense under the pressure. Whoa, great play for France, but they can't put the ball in. Look at that. What a great ball movement, and every player got touches from the Spanish offense. So France has the baseline possession. We see Spain back to man defense. Ines Pitor's Grano. 2 for France. A little bit full in there on that pass from Osma Cruz, but France can't keep the ball. And Martin Carrion with that steal brings Spain another offensive possession. Marta Alberich tried to get in, rejected. Martin Carrion 3, and it's raining. What a great start into the third by Spain, leading 10-2 in this third quarter. Look at that. Great kick out by Pham Thiam. We haven't really heard from her as much. Well, who we heard from was Jana Martin Carrion. Hit that second three in this quarter for Spain. 13 points herself and 2 assists. And here she is, Jana Martin Carrion, as a right forward guard, extended hand or extended arm of Coach Carlos Cantero Morales, is giving instructions to her teammates. France on the ball, down by 8. Attempt of the skip pass by Stella Kulas. A great deflection by Montañana. With France on the sideline possession. This is a share. Giving it back to Clanche. Trying to skip another pass to Angloma, who's attacking the middle of the space. And kicked the ball to short corner. Couldn't make it. And another great defensive possession from Spain. Almost forced France into shot clock violation. Osma Cruz. Alberich trying to get the ball to Thiam, but couldn't make it this time. Turnover for Spain. Ngoma finding Grisacher. Doesn't know what to do with the ball. Great defense from Spain. Ngoma attacking the space, but this will be a offensive foul in the screen. And the possession will go to Spain. Ngoma checks out, and there is a share checks out for France. Oh, almost a travel violation by Martin Carrion, but officials didn't spot that. Hand off, and the corner of the court is the worst place to stop dribbling, and Martin Carrion knows that they were lucky to keep the possession this time, but Marta Alzina Alberich can't pick the ball in there, because that gives France space to trap. Missed the 2, grab her on rebound, missed the putback, and straight great run by Kola, and she has drawn the foul, which has been committed by Marta Alberich. But she said, not in my house, and that's great. When you foul the way that you're not gonna receive and send the player to the line. So Marta Alberich done a good job, even though Dalakula is on the line for France. Misses the first. Four points herself, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And she misses the second. We've already mentioned prior to this game that little things could be decisive at the end of the game. France is shooting only 50% from the line, but Spain is not too better, 53%. Cruz has missed the layup. And that's been so corner shot from Traoré. Good for France, 32-38. Spain is leading by 6 at the half of the third. Skip pass to Montagnana, couldn't make a 3. And Ines Pitarch-Granell's running the break. Great recovery defensively from Spanish defense. Oh, Ines Pitarch-Granell again. I love her left-handed penetration to the rim. Low fake, and look at that speed and power and aggressivity she takes it in with. And we've seen Thiam has been way too late, way too far deep in the paint to block that shot. Spain timeout. Spain were really good leading in this third quarter, 10-2, but last, let's say, 2 minutes, they have lost 4-0 in this third quarter. And that brings France back to only 4-point trailing in this finals game. We are at the half of the third. We have plenty of time ahead of us. But as I said, the free throws could be a decisive element. Who can step them up? Spain grabbed 31 rebounds, 9 offensive, against only 24th and 4 offensive for France. So Spain has really improved on the glass. 10 turnovers for France, 9 for Spain. That looked like a good play from Spain, but they just couldn't keep the ball in the hands. There's been a handoff between Thiam and Martin Carrion, but she couldn't keep the ball in her hands, so unforced error, and the possession goes to France. And another great shot for France. Clémence Collin. 3 brings France to only 1 point difference. Thiam, 2, couldn't make it. Great rebound by Traoré. And Pitarch-Granell again on the ball. But this is a great 3 by Clémence Collin, but we've seen the screening foul by Traoré. The possession before, so ball goes to Spain, and we've seen Montagnana checks out. Osma Cruz, Alberich, Thiam, skip pass. Not the best pass in there. Great defense from France. 2 seconds to go. Someone has to shoot the ball. And that's been Martin Carrion. Couldn't hit the rim. So that will be a shot clock violation. And great couple minutes from French team. Every time you think that Spain is on the top of the horse, France and Coach Arnold Goupilot finds somewhere the energy and skills to come back. Now Clemente is organizing offensive France. Skip pass. I think even Clemente was surprised it came through. Ines Pitars-Granel, no one to pass. Traore missed the two. Great penetration from Alberic, rejected by Pitars-Granel. The possession with Spain. Osma Cruz trying to look for that penetration, and she finds it but couldn't make it. And to pass to Sarah Biamou. And that's another turnover for French team. That's their 12th turnover in this game. And we see again a couple of substitutions. See, France has scored 14 points from the bench compared to only 8 of the Spanish bench. And fast break points, France scored 9 points to 2 of the Spain. So France is pretty good looking. And as I said, nothing has been decided yet. 2 points for Thiam! Great pass by Ryan Royce. And Sarah Biamou was a little bit too excited defensively and forgot from Thiam behind her back. That's 3-point play from Ava from Thiam. And that gives Spain a 4-point lead. Now Clemente has no one to pass to. Find the player. Calling for the screen with Traore. She chooses to go and pull up jump shot. Didn't use the screen. Missed the shot. Martin Carrion has been fouled, but Clemente has a little bit too tough defense. Look at that one more time. Yeah, there's been that reach. So good call by officials. Diana Martin Carrion checks out to get well-deserved breather, and Nina Pedrosa Munz coming in. Lucia Lopez, 2. And again, we see France pulling in for the shorter end. Oh, as soon as I say it, Clemence Colin drops 3. And again, it's just one possession game. We have a minute to go in the third quarter. Great defense by France, and Traore is trying to lead the break, but finds her open teammate, Thea Clemente, who could punish that break by 2 points. And we have a 1-point different game. Alberic on the ball, looking for Thiam. Great work out there by Eva Thiam, but couldn't finish it. Grab her on rebound and puts it back in. You gotta box out a player after the shot has been released. And will be the end of the third quarter. Where France is trailing by 3, 42-45 against Spain. Some numbers. Both teams hit some threes. Still the free throws, not too good looking for either of the team. 37% shooting by France and 35% by Spain. Low percentage scoring game. 35 rebounds for Spain to only 26 rebounds for France. So Spain has over-rebounded France by 9 rebounds in this third quarter. And also we have to say that Spain has led in this game 20 minutes, 35 seconds. France only led 7 minutes, 9 seconds. So we can see that Spain is controlling the rhythm and the tempo of the game, but France always finds a way to come back and stay in a close touch with the strong Spanish team. I think the senior team coaches must be very pleased from both nations, because these players are only 16 years old, but they're already showing us what talent they are and what future of the national teams at any level until the senior level they are and they will be. Don't forget, use the official hashtag FIBA U16 Europe, and also visit the official webpage of this championship where you can find all previous results and all statistics and all the information. This is the fourth quarter of the finals game of Under-16 Women's European Championship 2022 here in Portugal between Spain and France. Clemente leading the break, and Clement's calling 2 points out of fast break. And again, once again, France down by only 1 point at the beginning of the fourth. Who's gonna be the champion? We know Spain has already got 10 titles at this level. What the play by Eva van Thiam! We haven't really heard from her as much in the first half, but in this second half, she seems to find the rhythm. 7 points and 10 rebounds. It's raining Thea Cleante. 3 points and brings the game to draw again. Wow! Martin Carnion again finds a space to attack. Look at that. That's that. Another 3 by the French side. It was the 5th French 3-point shooting. Considering that we haven't really seen any 3-point shots the first half, or the very low percentage from the threes from both teams. Now it came rapidly up. France 57% from threes. They hit 4 out of 7. Spain only 3 out of 10. Yana Martin Carrion. She makes both. Really important shots. She's been excellent herself for the Spain. 14 points herself. And another 3. She had to take it to Clemente because she made the one before. Not this time, but she's calling for pick and roll. Colin penetrates the baseline. Great defense by Spain. been in the passing lane. Traore didn't really have space to attack. And this will be a shot clock violation. Great defensive possession by Spanish team, led by Carlos Cantero Morales. Thiam, handoff with Martin Carrion. It seems like there will be a foul called. Yeah, on Cisse. She almost ran through Ozma Cruz, so great spot by the officials. 2-point game. 7 minutes 53 seconds to go. Alberic, corner three. Didn't hit the rim. Gluma leading the break. Great hands by, if I'm correct, that is Martin Carrion again. Not only offensively, but defensively. Both ends. Such an important player for Spain. Great ball movement again. Players getting touches. Ozma Cruz has to take a three. And that's the second possession offensively. They didn't hit the rim. Credit to French defense. And this play caller, Arnaud Goupilot. In 2021, he has led under-19 French national team. So plenty of experiences on the international level. Théo Clemente again organizing the offense for France. We see a zone defense from Spain. And Van Clemence Collin! Clemence Collin, 15 points in 17 minutes. What an individual play. And Thiam has run into her when she was shooting the ball, so she couldn't make that bonus and one, but France stays on the possession. And Théo Clemente, another organization going off the screen, pull-up jump shot, couldn't make it. Great hustle by Cisse. And Martin Carrion, it's all over and all over. She is absolute leader of the Spanish team. Couldn't make the layup, but grabbed her on rebound. And this will be a personal foul called on Théo Clemence. Great aggressivity by Carlos Macruz again to the rim. We've seen it all first quarter and all the second half that Ozma Cruz is the player that, there she is, taking the well-deserved breather with 10 points herself and 3 rebounds. I love the intensity the game has been played by. Both coaches rotating their players a lot to keep that level high. Théo Clemente getting breather as well. At this age, you want to see 40 minutes of aggressive, quick basketball with at least turnovers and mistakes and errors as possible. And I think we are witnessing it today. What an exciting finals this is. No one can say who's going to be the European champion of under-16 women basketball. Gloma well guarded, couldn't score it off that turn. And Marta Osina Alberic done a great job on her. Well, our fan Thiam, with her effort, has kept. Nope, she couldn't get it. So France has the baseline possession. Only 1 second of shot clock violation. They had to shoot the ball, but not this time. If I'm correct, it was Stella Kuldas who took that shot. But Gloma, no, that's not Gloma, that's Cisse. What a steal And that brings France into 2-point lead. Thiam, hand off with Carrion. Again, Thiam is trying to post up. No space to play. Great defense for France. Stealing the ball. Can they make it? No, they can't, but Rizachet has drawn the foul with that quick break. Here it is, that great steal from Sarah Cisse. An easy 2 points. What an important effort out there. Bringing France easy 2 points and lead by 2 points. Now we see Anoa Rizachet on the line for France. And here's the bench. Everyone lives in the moment. She has made a second. Five minutes to go. France is leading Spain by 3 points in this final game of the Under-16 FIBA Women's European Championship. Whoa, what a play by Martin Carrion. 2 points for Spain. Cisse, another 2 points. Great ball movement. No one stopping the players coming to the ball. I'd like to see some bumps in there. Way too easy to cut into the spaces at both ends. Montagnana couldn't keep the ball. And again, Rizachet is leading the break, but quite isolated. So she stopped it, couldn't find her teammates. So now Clemence Collin is going off the screen. Great cut by Cisse again, but couldn't make it this time. And back is Spain, the time to prepare another offensive possession. Now down by 3. 4 minutes to go. Kick to Montagnana. Didn't take the 3, instead penetrated and draw the foul by Onguma. So Mirembe, Thiamaek, Montagnana. There has been that personal foul by Nel Ongluma. Neither of the team is the foul troubles yet. 3 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for Mirembe, Thiamia, Montagnana. You could see the bench of Spain. They know every possession matters. Couldn't make the second, and Alberi, personal foul. And there's been substitution where Ryan Ruiz goes on the bench and Carla Osma Cruz back on the court. Good call from Cantero Morales, as Osma Cruz has been such threat to French defense offensively. Delacola trying to get the ball behind that first line of the zone defense. Now, Ongloma couldn't make a 3. Martin Carrion leading the offense for Spain. Trying to come off the screen. Great hands by Cisse. Slowing down the offense by Spain. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock, and Thiam has to shoot the ball. Can they make it? No! It's a great defensive possession by France, forcing Spain into shot clock violation once again. Clemence Collin. This is the coach of Spain, Carlos Cantero Morales, talking to his players while the floor has been cleaned. 3 minutes to go. France up by 2 points against Spain in this final game of Under-16 Women European Championship. Great defense by Spain. filling the inside space. So there's no space to deliver the ball to Sarah Cisse, who has been excellent this second half from France. Here she is. 6 points herself through rebound. Stay with us. Follow Next Gen Hoop for all the young talents display. Great skip pass to Montagnana. She has to take a three. Short, couldn't take it. Great rebound by Cisse. Colin, three, couldn't make it. Great effort on the glass, both teams, but Spain is running the fast break. And Martin Carnion well guarded by Stella Coulard. You see France is in the foul troubles as a team. Oh, that didn't look too clean to me from this angle, but the officials stand by, so they knew. Ozma Cruz gets the ball in. Thiam, hand off with Martin Carrion. Plain pick and roll. Martin Carrion pull-up jump shot, couldn't make it. Great effort on the glass by Thiam, and Ozma Cruz grabbed that rebound by the end. And she will go to the line as France has committed already 5th foul as a team. Can she draw the score again? We have 2 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals of Under-16 Women European Championship 2022. No, she couldn't make the first. Is the pressure playing right now? That's where the mental toughness of the players is showing up. Both teams have had quite comfortable wins last 3 games. He made a second 1-point game. Again, we see tough defense by Spain. Great deflection. Spain couldn't steal the ball, but this will be a baseline violation. So another great defensive possession by Spain. You see what it means to these players. They're holding their hands, their shoulders. They're crossing the fingers, some of them biting nails. Who's gonna be the winners? Who's gonna be the champions of 2022 Under-16 Women Eurobasket? Now, would France prepare their offense? Reza and Yana Martin Carrion doesn't like the call. Let's look at it one more time. Reza with the ball, and she's trying to shoot the ball from 3. To be honest, the player came from the back of the player, so great call by the officials. Here we see Martin Carrion. That everything coming off the back of the player, it's considered as a foul. So this will be most likely looking like 3 free throws for Anouar Rizachet. She couldn't make the first. And the nerves are playing. She plays from LGLC Aswell Feminine. She's on the age of 15. She makes the second. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 points, 5 rebounds. She's only 15 of the age. And she made a second. And that brings France into 3-point lead. 1 minute 14 to go in these finals. France in this quarter leading 14-8. Can Spain come back in 1 minute and 14 seconds? and possibly win the game or bring it at least for them into overtime. Because at the moment, the mental advantage is on the side of France. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been there. 1 minute 14 seconds, anything can happen. So stay with us. Don't forget that all the stats you can watch while we're watching the game on the official website of this Under 16 Women European Championship. Also, follow FIBA Next Gen Hoops account on social media. And share and like the live stream. Spread the word. This is a great talent showcase at the age of 16 and younger. Both nations been here before. Spain 32 times. France 30th time. Spain has won 10 titles so far till today. Can they grab the 11th one? Or is it gonna be the France title to grab? And it could possibly be a French 11th medal and 4th gold in the history of Under 16 Women's European Champion. Let's see, minute and 14 to go. Spain on the ball. Kick to Montagnana for three, couldn't hit the rim. Ferrante slowing down the offense of France. They don't have to rush, they have to prepare. So important to score and bring the score into 2 possession game. Stella calling for the screen by Cisse. Step back jump shot, couldn't make it, and Thiam on the rebound for Spain. Very important for Spain to score, to decrease the margin. Can they do it? Coach Arnold Pilot, you could hear his jump in that Atlanta shouldn't foul Martin Carrion. To be honest, she was off chances, off balance. And Atlanta has released her by committing that personal foul. And these are the nerves. Martin Carrion, she has been excellent on the line in this game. She's been 100% till now. She misses the first and makes the second. So 1 possession game, still 2 points lead for France. And France and coach Arnaud Goupilot is taking a timeout. 30 seconds to go. Jana Martin Carrion, 18 points herself. She has scored 9 points out of the free throws and just missed this one at the end of the game. Would it be a key? But to be honest, they have missed as a team 9 free throws, and that could cost them the game. Only shooting 59 from the line. France hasn't been any better on it. They missed 9 as well, 47% from the line. But they have scored and scored better from the 2 points. 38% to 34 of Spain. They scored 4 threes, only 3 to Spain. And Spain has out-rebounded France so far, grabbed 13 offensive rebounds, 44 together to 37 of French one. So could the lower percentage of the shooting be the decisive element of this game? 15 assists for France, 10 for Spain. 30 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the finals of the Under-16 Women's European Championship. Stella Kolar couldn't keep the ball. Great deflection by Thiam. Only 4.3 seconds on shot clock. France has to take the ball and max one action and take the shot. Can they do it? Do they know? Oh, Gloma couldn't make the two. Not sure if they were aware of the shot clock. 13 seconds to go. Spain is down by 2. They have to score. Another foul drawn by Martin Carrion's penetration. Stella Colas this time is the guilty one. We know that Jana Martin Carrion only shot 3 threes, but she has almost penetrated 13 times. She made it first. She's the best free throw shooter of her team. So great call from Spain to give her the responsibility to attack. And she makes a second, and that's a draw. 7 seconds to go in these finals. Spain evens the score, 56-56. France timeout. We're gonna see them bringing the ball to offensive half. Could coach of France, Arnaud Goupilot, draw a perfect play for France to score? And could his players execute well his play? We've seen Spain has been excellent defensively. They have ups and downs. But who's gonna be the player who's gonna take the responsibility and the last shot of the France? Ladies and gentlemen, 7.7 seconds to go. And we see a draw between France and Spain. Can the French team score and grab the championship title on Under-16 Women's European Championship? Or can Spain steal the ball and possibly still score as well? Five seconds to go. Rizache on Goma. Great defense. Who shot the ball? Rizache couldn't make it. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna see the overtime of Under-16 Women's European Championship Finals. End of the fourth quarter. France against Spain, 56-56. Some numbers. 47 shooting from the line for France and 62 for Spain. Rebounds. Spain has out-rebounded the France 45-37. And as we watching the highlights, let me tell you some individual statistics. Ongloma for France, 9 points, 5 rebounds. We've seen Sissa 6 points, 4 rebounds. 8 points for Pitage Granel. Very team performance, but Clémence Collin 15 points herself for the French side. On the other side of Spain, 20 points for Jana Martin Carrion. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. Ava van Thiam, 7 points, but 12 rebounds. So not far away from double-double. Alberich, 4 points, 6 rebounds. And here are the Spanish fans. Came all the way here to Portugal. They didn't have a long way to go. But it tells you that support is so important. Osma Cruz for Spain, 11 points, 5 rebounds. So great team performance as well, both ends. Both teams quite even on turnovers, 17 for Spain, 16 for France. 15 assists for France, only 10 for Spain. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna see the overtime of these finals of FIBA U16 Women European Championship here in Portugal. Here we are, 5 minutes of the overtime. This is the final game between France and Spain. When after the regular time, the score's been 56-56. France stays under possession after the offensive rebound. And Cleante is trying to take the action. Ball defense on Pitarch Granel. But she still finds the way to score. Eight points for Ines Pitarch Granel. Great defense in the passing line by Cleante. And again and all over again, we see that penetration of Martin Carrion, but this time she has been called on travels. And this is the play caller of France, Arnaud Goupilot. Emotions are playing. He knows what it would mean for France to grab the title. Ongloma finds Sisse, who's trying to play Thiam but couldn't find the space. Instead, turned the ball over. There, Cleante left a little bit her teammate out of options. Albert. Osma Cruz hands off to Martin Carrion, who plays pick and roll again with Tiamba. Osma Cruz 3, couldn't make it. Great rebound by Ngloma. And Ines Pitarch Granel kicking the ball to her teammate, and El Ngloma finds a rhythm from the 3. And that gives 5-point lead to France, wide open. No one picks her up in the transition defense, and that's what happens. She's gonna hit the 3. It's Ngloma's 12 points. And here we are coming off the timeouts. What an exciting game. Such a team performances at both ends. Nel Ngloma, 12 for France. Pitarch Granel, 10 points. Clement Collin, 15. And the other scoring. On the other hand, Martin Carrion, 20 points. 11 for Osma Cruz. And 12 rebounds for Van Thiam. Great hustle defensively by Pitarch Granel. But France is playing high defense. Can Spain find the space to attack? 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Thiam was been forced to take that long 3. Couldn't make it. Not a great defensive possession by France. And Thea Cleante is organizing offense. They know every possession matters. If they're gonna organize and score, only good for them. Not sure if Thea Cleante has chosen a good decision, because she penetrated under Eva van Thiam. one of the tallest players on the court. France up by 5 against Spain in these finals. 2 minutes 25 on the time clock. Albert, nowhere to pass. Martin Carrion, she's gonna take the shot from 3. Didn't hit rim. And that's again credit to French defense, forcing the Spanish players not to get any close to the rim. Where they are very effective. Oh, what a steal by Martin Carrion. Scoring easy too. Ines Pitars-Grano has turned the ball over, but she was the player to try to block that shot, but couldn't catch Jana Martin Carrion. She is unstoppable today. 24 points. Angloma, Pitars-Grano trying to drop the pass on Angloma. Great exchange of the ball between these two. And that gives Angloma another 2 points for France. Still 2 possession game. Angloma, 14 points herself. Spain can't hit the shot again. Pitars-Grano all the way! And again that left side penetration. So aggressive. And that is her 12 points in this game. We know she rarely attacks the right side. Does the players know? And this will be a personal foul call on Angoa is the share. And great effort by Malta Alcina Alberi to go aggressively to the rim. What a final, overtime, between these two big nations of basketball. Alberi missing the first. And the struggle continues from the line. They missed 10 free throws, only shooting 60 and missed 11th one. Could that cost their game at the end? We will see. We always say the free throw is the easiest shot you can take in basketball because you never got the defensive players on you to block or contest that shot. But these players have all their career ahead of them. They can improve that range of shooting. Great kick to Ozma Cruz by Martin Carrion, and Ozma Cruz make her 3, bringing the game to one possession game. Great hustle. And this will be a travel called on Ines Pitars-Grano. Great recognition by Jana Martin Carrion to kick the ball to Carlos Macruz to the corner when their defender drops down. And we see Stella Collard checks in. Thea Cleonte checks out. 4 points difference. France leading in this overtime of the finals of under 16 FIBA Women European Championship. It's a game of great defenses. Both teams. Such a future for both nations in basketball. These players are only 16 and younger. On what level they're playing with, oh my God. Great hatch in the screen. Spicy set on Martin Carrion, and that forces Spain again to shot clock violation. And I think Sarah Sissa has been surprised herself that foul hasn't been called, but it was a shot clock violation actually. So France is leading in this overtime, 9-5. Both teams on bonus. So both teams must be aggressive to try to draw fouls to be sent to the free throws. But the question is it help or not in this game? France is only shooting 47%. They missed 9 from the line. And Spain is shooting 57% from that range, missed already 11. 19 turnovers for Spain and 19 for France. France have 18 assists and Spain has only 11. But they've been shooting better. They've scored 15 points out of the free throws. France on the 8. Spain's been excellent, being aggressive to the rim, drawing the fouls to be shooting these free throws. 65 lead to 61 against Spain for France. And this is the happiness and joy of the winners and champions of the Under-16 FIBA Women's European Championship. Look at that joy! Not only players, also the coaching staff. Congratulations to France grabbing the title. End of the game after the overtime. France beats Spain 65-61. Here, the numbers. We've already spoken about it. Not the best shooting from either side. Spain still out-rebounded France, but what matters is that France is the new FIBA Under-16 Women European Champions. What a joy. I think we're gonna see way more from this generation of the player. But you know what? Not only from the French side, but I think from the Spanish side as well. What a great display of the talent for both nations. Spain couldn't grab their 11th gold in the history of Under-16 Women European Championships. But France has grabbed their 4th gold in this history of Under-16 Women European Championship. Look at that. These players are at the beginning of their professional careers. You see the support in the stands. Mostly parents, families. And this is just a pure joy and a happiness. But you know what? That team has worked all the way through that 45 minutes to be able to lift that trophy above their head. Just leave you watching these pictures of celebrations before we get into the ceremony. No comments needed. But here we are to the highlights from the game. We've seen great individual performances of both teams, but France always found a way how to come back and close the margin in the score and possibly get to the lead in this game. Spain had more time leading in this game, but France pulled great performance where it was needed. Nelon Gloma stepped up massively second half for France, 14.7 rebounds. As well, Peter Granel, 12.6 rebounds. Clement Collin, point guard of France, in 22 minutes, 15 points, 2 assists. And we've had the others, Sarah Spitzer, 6 points, Stella Kola, 4, Rizache, 5. Great team play of this French team, coached by excellent Arnaud Goupilot, who never stopped believe that France can grab the win in these finals. 4th goal in a history of under 16 FIBA Women European Championship for France. Their 11th medal in total. 4 goals, 1 silver and 6 bronze medals for this nation of basketball. On the other side, let me also mention the great performances on the Spain side, because it deserved a mention. Both teams displayed such talent. 22 points by Iana Martin Carrion, 3 rebounds herself. As well, 14 points by Alsma Cruz, 5 rebounds as well. Fabian, 12 rebounds, 7 points. But scored in total only 61 points. And France has found a way to score 65. So 4 points win for France to become the champions of FIBA U16 Women's European Championship. We also know there's been a bronze medal game played before this game between Portugal and Croatia. And let me remind you that Croatia has grabbed the win in that game and bronze medal by beating Portugal 72-58. And shortly, we're gonna see the official ceremony where the teams will be called on the stage to receive the reward of their hard work, dedication, and grab the medals they deserve. So here it is, Croatia coming to receive their bronze medal. Well deserved after that game today against Portugal, where they beat them 72-58. Let me tell you the players who's gonna be rewarded by that great medal around their neck. It was Petra Bojan, Zipa Milkovic, Hanna Arnautovic, Ella Majstorovic, Gina Nikola Perjak, Tonka Jakšić, Jelena Brkičić, Hanna Budimir, Andrea Stankovic, Sara Volčić, Lena Bilic, and Victoria Rokic, coach Tatjana Jecovic. Here we see the silver medalists, Spain. And here are the French nation who has become the champions of this FIBA U16 Women European Championship. So we're gonna see now the Croatian team getting their medals. Well-deserved ones. We said before this championship, their goal was to stay in Division A. No one expected the medal from this team. And they have surprised, and they will be bringing the bronze medal bronze medal back home. We're also gonna see the All-Star 5 of the tournament. So some coaches award in here. This is the coach of Germany. And now to All-Star 5, the best 5 players of the tournament. It is Thea Cleante from France. This is Jana Martin Carrion from Spain. This is Lena Bilic from Croatia. Also Ava van Thiam from Spain. And Petra Bojan from Croatia. What a great statement for Croatian basketball, having 2 players in All-Star 5. So let me summarize. Petra Bojan from Croatia. Lena Bilic from Croatia. Ava van Thiam from Spain. And Thea Cleante from France. And Jana Martin Carrion from Spain. And now the most valuable player of the tournament. And the award goes to Jana Martin Carrion. The award goes to the Spanish point guard. Well-deserved award. This is the MVP of FIBA U16 Women's European Championships 2022. Little satisfaction for this young player. And now the bronze medalist, Team of Croatia. Already mentioned the names of this European team of Croatia. You can hear the names being named. coach Tatjana Jackovic. Congratulations, Croatia, for winning the bronze medal game. Now the pride is around their neck. That matter every player wishes to have a home, no matter what color it is. Obviously, everyone wants gold. But this team will be very happy with the bronze medal coming out of this under 16 Women European Championship 2022. This is the team of Croatia. And now the silver medalist. And that's the team of Spain. Spain has lost the final game against France in overtime, 65-61. You know what, they can be proud. They have done everything they could to win that game, but France has been better team by the end of the buzzer. This is the tournament's MVP, Jana Martin Carrion and Nina Pedrosa Mons, Evelyn Montes Ruiz, Maya Gibiaga Rojo, Mirembe Tueme Montagnana, Maria Rodriguez Gonzalez, Eva van Thiem, Marta Alzina Arbery, Lucia Rivas Palmer, Ivana Asensio Manoza, Lucia Martinez Lopez, Carla Osma Cruz. And this team has been coached by great Carlos Cantero Morales. Spain has loads of spectators in the stands and they could be proud. These are the silver medalists of this FIBA U16 Women European Championship 2022. And now, after pictures taken, we're gonna move into the main and the champions of this tournament. FIBA U16 Women European Championship 2022. And that is the team of France. This is the team who has fought till the end. Didn't have an easy job against the Spanish team, but they made it. They made it and they're gonna sleep well tonight, if they're gonna sleep. They are the 2022 FIBA U16 Women European Champions. And here are the names: Sarah Colas, Nella Angluma, Clemence Coulon, Miriam Traore, Anouk Pro, Sarah Cisse, Ines Pitar-Granel, Sarah Kepum Yamu, Melissa Guillet, Anua Risacher, Tara Cleonce, and Anua Rio. Coached by amazing Arnaud Goupilot. Congratulations, Team France, for being the best at this edition of 2022 FIBA U16 Women European Championship. Here they are, medalists of this year's FIBA U16 Women European Championship 2022. Picture taken for the books and for everyone to remember this magical moment in their career. And now national anthem of France. Here they are one more time, the gold medalists and champions of FIBA U16 Women European Championship 2022. And now, the moment this team is waiting for, the moment of lifting the trophy up above your head. Here's Stella. These are the champions. France, FIBA U16 Women European Championship 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure to be part of it. And I'll leave you with these pictures. And that will be a goodbye from me, Theresa Brunterbach, a former international. Hope you enjoy the game. Stay with FIBA and watch all the games. And that's it for now. Goodbye.